Okay.
I went to my local yesterday. 3 people showed up. I was one of them. The TO was the another one, and then 100% no. Well, last, bro, I just went to a local of 3 people.
Okay, so it's done.
I feel like other games besides Tekken have better relationships with their creator.
The developer
But-
blocked me, Michael Murray. Rest in peace.
Oh yeah, you're correct, bro. And see it, and also like if you look at the Steam charts for Street Fighter 6, it's actually really interesting because there's more people playing now than there were like a year and a half ago. I'm gonna be real. If the Fatal Fury devs came to me and they're like, "What do you think we should do to Ronaldo?" Because I like playing Ronaldo; he's a fun character.
Yeah.
I'm like, tell him to buff him to the fucking moon, right?
Diaphone, man, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. Like some of the best content like I've ever seen in the FGC, and you do so many games too. Like it's not just one. You just do everything.
I think I would find more success if I just did one, honestly. But I really enjoy playing every game, and like I have to follow what my heart says, right? My heart says play every game because that's the most fun thing to do.
I mean, yeah, and it's perfect for you because like it's not just content. Like you do it all. Like you've competed in so many different games, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you do the coaching stuff as well. I've heard from people that your coaching is like really, really good. Like a lot of people have told me they've gotten your coaching. So yeah, and you're doing the content stuff as well. I saw on Twitter you recently quit your job to do this full time, right?
Yes, as of 2 days ago of this recording.
2 days ago.
Yes. So I put my notice in a couple months ago because I knew I was going to go this route eventually. But then it finally, like that day where I finished all my transition work and whatnot, like I wanted to leave on good terms, of course, because like in case this doesn't work out, like they'll have me back, and I still do consulting work and stuff. So like my field is really niche, and you have to like maintain good relationships. So I had an extended runway, but that extended runway ended 2 days ago. So it's it's interesting because I was just doing coaching, funny enough, right before this. And my 2 p.m. was like, "So how's it feel? You're finally full time." I'm like, "Bro, this just feels like a normal weekend to me. Like I don't know yet. Like I'm not working on Sunday. Like this just feels like a normal ass day." So, it'll be interesting, but I don't quite fully grasp how it's gonna go until I actually do it. You know,
It's gonna take a while for it to like set in. Like I guess probably tomorrow, right? You'll wake up and you'll be like, "All right, this is it." You know?
Yeah. Oh no, I have to stream instead of go to work. Like I don't know. It seems pretty good, but we'll see. We'll see. It seems weird that I'd be concerned, but like I see a lot of like full-time streamers, like they get disenchanted with it, and it is a lot of work, right? And you're basically taking something that you're very passionate for. Because like obviously like I would never do this if I didn't have passion for it. Like there's a million other things that are way easier that can make money. I think if you're in this for the money, you're absolutely trolling because it's more work, right? As I'm sure you know, as a fellow content creator, right? But so it's the passion argument to like kind of help me through the work. And to me, it seems, oh man, like it seems great, but like I've seen other content creators fall into pitfalls of like the issues with going full time with the amount of work and like burnout and that sort of thing. So it's like I have strategies to combat that, but I don't know if it's going to be successful. So that's like where my head is. Like, I think I'm excited, but I don't want to be too excited, you know?
Yeah. There's always that thing that's like I've kind of heard, which is like when you have a passion and then it becomes like your job, like what you do. I guess there's the risk of it, losing passion, like what you said, but feeling more like a chore, like not enjoying it as much. But I don't know, like if you really love it, you'll find ways. Like you said, you already have like strategies you're thinking of, like ways to like work around that. As long as you just got to manage burnout. Because I think, burnout is the number one thing that I think just kills streamers. Like so many people will like go super hard and then they'll take like the big breaks. And when you stream, if you take really big breaks, it is not good. Like that always hurts you. So as long as you manage like burnout with all your content and stuff, I think you'll be fine.
Yeah. I mean, like my anti-burnout strategy is, okay, I was basically working 2 jobs and now I'm working 1. It can't be that bad. So like maybe I've built like that muscle to like have the perseverance to be able to not burn out. But I also I think a big thing of not burning out is like, spending time in nature is the big thing, right? Like I have to go on like really long hikes to be able to like organize my thoughts and like get away from everything so I can recover. And if I don't do that recovery work, then that's when I start to notice burnout. So it's like, to me, I'll just do more recovery work and I'll do more things that honestly suck, like going to the gym right now, like going to the gym, but like it helps me put everything else in context and whatnot. So that's kind of that's the plan. We'll see if it works.
Yeah, what you said about like being alone with your own thoughts for like nature walks, I've been doing that a lot recently as well. it's really therapeutic, just like
Hmm.
walking. But like I used to listen to like music or podcasts, but I stopped that. And now I'm just like nothing. I go for a
Yeah,
walk. I just want to be with my own thoughts. That yeah, it helps so much. Just like realizing like, okay, it's
I
not
would.
that big of a deal. Like just chill. Yeah.
Yeah. I would do that on my commutes to work too. Like I feel
Mhm.
like I don't know, maybe I'm just getting older. Like I used to be like when I would go like commute to college and stuff, I'd like listen to like music or I'd listen to like shit that like wasn't productive, right? And that I enjoyed, right?
Yeah.
And then like as I got like my first job, I'm like I'm gonna be an adult. I'm gonna start listening to like NPR or something on my way to work. And now like I think the last couple of years, I've literally just been my commute's an hour by the way each way
Oh
to and
damn.
from the office.
Mhm.
It would just be silence. I don't know. I really enjoy it. I think I like the silence. Silence or like a productive audiobook, but like productive audiobook only if I'm like I have the energy and the mental energy to listen to it.
Well, I think the silence is really good because like I feel like nowadays, especially if you're online a lot, like you're bombarded with like so much all the time, like everything's in your face, like notifications all
Yeah.
the time. It got to a point where I realized like how often am I actually like alone with my thoughts? Like almost never. I
Hmm.
think a lot of people are just it just never
Yeah.
happens, but I think it's really really
Have you?
good.
Yeah, have you ever seen there's like a subreddit called Shower Thoughts. It's like r/sour
Yeah.
thoughts. And like people come up with like the most creative shit because the idea is like if you're alone with your own thoughts in the shower, you come up with thoughts, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, if I don't do anything in my car for an hour, like it's basically an extended shower, right? I mean, basically, right? You have more time to think. And honestly, some of my best content ideas and like some of
Mhm.
my best in-game ideas have come from just like extended long ass drives or like showers. I'm like, wait, that's a banger idea. I gotta write that down.
Do everything. Like I go for walks, same with you. I'll drive sometimes. I have like a notepad now with like 30, 40 video ideas. I keep
Hmm.
adding on to them. The problem is, for at least for me, I add on to them faster than I get them uploaded. So you keep going forever. You never get through them all. But
Yeah, I'm at 200, so
Jesus.
yeah. But I think a lot of them like you prioritize, right? And
Yeah.
then you realize like you look back a couple years and you're like, wait, that idea was kind of shit. Like I'm glad I didn't do that
Mhm.
sort of thing. So um but yeah, I think I cheat too because I have like an app on my phone that's called Todoist. And like I'll just like if I have idea like on a walk or like after shower, I'll just like type it in real quick so I don't have to like think about it like or forget about it.
Yeah. It's when it for like creative stuff like this, there's always so much. And like you said, yeah, some of it I have like a couple ideas from like years ago, and I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't upload that now. You're always coming up with new stuff. But
Yeah, you know how it is.
I don't know. A lot of people who like want to get into YouTube, they've asked me like there's like friends, and they're like, oh, how do you like come up with ideas? And I'm like, for me, that's like the easiest part. I guess it just depends what kind of person you are. Like a lot of people, it's just coming up with the idea is the hardest part. But for me, it's just actually doing the idea and like sitting down and getting it all done. Never have a
Are
shortage of
are you
ideas.
a title and thumbnail person first, or are you a
Yes.
idea person?
Title thumbnail. If I go to like my I use Photoshop, I have like so many like thumbnail ideas all over my PC. Like I'm
Oh,
talking
that's cool.
I've only done Tekken content right now. I want to start doing Street Fighter. I have like 10, 15 Street Fighter thumbnails. Like that's how much I
Yeah.
have. Yeah. It's crazy.
Wait, can you leak the idea? What's the number one idea of what you want to do?
I want to make a in-depth video on modern controls. I think it's like modern controls are actually
Mm,
really, really interesting, like from the outside looking in on how it
yeah.
like helps with accessibility. It's like decently well done in the sense that like there's still an incentive not to, even though there are issues with it and a lot of people don't like it. It's going to be
Hmm.
like a super long, like hour-long video essay on that. I really want
Yeah.
to do that one. Yeah.
I think that hit. I think you can even put this in the video. I think modern controls are super underrated. That's my
Yeah.
hot take. I really like modern controls
Mhm.
because I've lost count of the amount of people that have like come into my chat and be like, I learned Street Fighter because of modern controls. Right.
Right?
So
Yeah.
it's like really good for accessibility. But I actually really like it because one, I think it's like super competitively viable
Mhm.
and it adds like an interesting dynamic to the game. And my really hot take is that I actually think some characters are better in modern than classic. But the reason we don't see them is because most people are like me, that they have years of Street Fighter experience playing on classic, and for that 1% or 2% efficiency gain, why would I switch controls? Right? It's just not
Yeah.
worth the effort.
I I mean, yeah, dude, I completely agree. I think I know a lot of would you say the average person like in the Street Fighter community is like in favor of it? Do most people dislike it? I'm kind of like out of touch there. What's like the
It
general?
depends on your rank,
Okay.
honestly. So see, it's kind of like Tekken, right? You know how like Tekken shitters like have certain thoughts that like top players don't have. Like a Tekken shitter might be like, oh, like up kicks are OP or something, right?
Sure.
Like, or King is too strong. I don't know. I don't know what the like Tekken beginners are saying, but it's kind of like that in Street Fighter, where like basically if you're like below master, you hate modern controls because this basically feels like another way of cheating.
No more
It feels
jumping
like
for you.
literally like you took a shortcut and I'm trying to play honest, right? But if you get to like a high enough MR, you realize that like modern controls are actually like more difficult to play because you have almost more options because you can do it the modern way or the classic way, and you're losing tools too.
Right. Yeah.
So like I kind of like anyone that like does really well in modern, like I respect, and I think that's the most same way for most top players.
Okay. So most top players, they don't, they're fine with it. Like they think it's cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Huh. It's just so
And
interesting to me. It
the
solves
other
everything.
yeah, the really interesting thing is compared to America, Japan loves Marn controls. So like your average Japanese player thinks Marn's great. In America, like we're way less favorable. And actually, if you, oh, I wish I could pull the stats up now. It's gonna take too long to find. But there's like people that like compile stats for like Street Fighter rank because it's really easy to pull the information. And there's this thing called Legend Rank. It's the top 500 players in the world.
Yeah.
And most of them are Japanese because their ranks inflated. Don't get me into it, but you can see like the percent of people that play modern in the top 500. What do you think that percent is, if you had to guess?
Percent of people that play modern in top.
First classic.
I would guess that it would be low, but
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're gonna. I'd say like what, like 5%, 10% maybe.
Yeah. So 5% is interesting because in America it's around 5%. In Japan it's around 20%.
Okay. That sounds so wrong.
Interesting, right?
Yeah. It's kind of like, because like I don't know, maybe it's just like the American mentality. I feel like Japanese people, like in Asia especially, like for fighting games, they have like a lot more like grassroots scenes. Like they're a lot more into fighting, especially Street Fighter, right? I would like think intuitively, oh, more people are coming into Street Fighter 6 for the first time from like North America, because a lot of the Street Fighter's always been bigger in Japan, right? Like I'm assuming prior to 6. I know in 6 it kind of like blew up over there, but
yeah, I can't say for sure. I know that if you look at the Steam charts, the game peaks at like 8 a.m. EST American time, which is like it's peaking because of all the Japanese players, right?
Same for Tekken.
So the game, in terms of like concurrent users, is more popular in Japan.
Yeah. I don't know. Back to just the modern controls. That's very weird. Because I was gonna say like the strength I think of modern controls is like the biggest hurdle of fighting games for most people is like almost completely alleviated by this, right? Like the whole reason, or one of the big reasons they're so niche, it seems very hard to get into. Combos are scary to me. Inputs are scary. All this, and it's like, here you go. Now you can jump into it, get success pretty quickly. It's still, you're not like cheating. There's still like some disadvantage, but you're not like, because I feel like there's a world where modern controls were just like a huge like look in Tekken, right? We have modern controls. It's called special style. It's useless. 100% useless in all scenarios unconditionally. 0% of people will ever use it ever. And I guess if you're at your friend Tom's house and you're playing for the first time, maybe you'll use it, but like it's completely useless.
Yeah.
And I feel like not most, every other game up to this point that I know of has fallen into that trap. So it's so interesting how like they made it competitively viable, right? Like people are competing, people are winning tournaments with modern controls.
Yeah.
What I think it's just so
cool.
It's
really cool. Granblue actually does it just as well.
Really?
It's not like a difference in style. Do you know how Granblue works at all?
Basics, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess maybe the idea is like you have specials and you can either do the classic input or the modern input, but there's a disadvantage to doing the modern input. But there's also advantage because you can do it quicker, right? So everyone has access to the quicker version, but technically worse, or the classic version, but it's technically better.
It's just less damage, right? Like damage decrease.
Yeah, it's it used to be a lot worse. Because it like you had increased cooldowns and like that sort of thing. But now it's just decreased damage, but only like in certain situations. So actually a lot like I don't like how they did it in Rising. I like how it was better in regular Granblue, but in Rising, like like for me, I always use the normal, like the easy inputs, because it's just, in my opinion, it's better. Like, who cares about 10% damage? Like, if if it's not going to land because you don't have the increased speed.
Hmm. Huh. Yeah, I haven't played much Grand Blue, but I know I've definitely, I think I saw a video of you about this actually a while ago, so I think that's how I learned about it. Yeah, it's. Do you think more games are going to start like doing this heavily? I know Fatal Fury had its own version. I don't remember if it was good though.
It's like a step above Tekken. Yeah, it's not amazing. It's like modern controls for Street Fighter, but like 10 times worse, and you lose half your moves. It's really bad.
Okay.
And then yeah, for other games, so in my opinion, I think Street Fighter and Granblue do it best, where it's like you have the option of doing both, and even like if you're a top level modern player, you have to do classic inputs. Like, there's no character that you can't just skip doing classic inputs, right? And so like I think that's really cool that like playing modern and like taking away execution barrier actually gives you more options. Like, that's sick. Fighting games having more options, I think, is almost always a good thing. You have games like 2XKO which don't do that. It's just all modern. I'm not the biggest fan of, but like, it's not a deal breaker for me, right? But we still got Tokon. Marvel Tokon might be able to, because Marvel Tokon you can play classic and modern. They already confirmed that.
Did they? Oh, I haven't heard about that.
Yeah.
Huh. I guess it'll just come down to like if is it going to be like the approach where it's useless, or is it going to be like Street Fighter? Because
yeah, we all know. Yeah,
that's the gold standard right now. I mean, I'm sure. Let's be honest. Like, it's not going away. Like Street Fighter 7, any other games, this is going to be a staple in all the games now.
Yep.
It wouldn't surprise me if they added like an update to Tekken 8 at some point with like better modern controls. I think that'd be really, really good.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
It's so hard with Tekken because there's so many moves. Like, you can get away with like being limited by like losing a couple moves in Street Fighter, but like a Tekken character, oh, you can't.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that, but keep it a buck. You have to like, yeah, maybe make better combos with smart style, and then like have direction plus button gives you like your best moves or something. I don't know. That'd be tough.
Like reworking everything. Like, most characters, if you do like a forward 2, you already have that, but make it so every directional input they're all reassigned to like your most important moves. But then it'd be like, oh, how do they know what your most important moves are, and what if they get it? It'd be a whole thing.
You could do auto punish. That'd be crazy.
Oh my god.
Like there's a button, like you block something and it does the right punish for you.
For the frame. That's actually cool. That's a cool idea.
Yeah. Because like the best players are gonna punish anyways, and like there could be like a damage disadvantage or something. I don't know, right?
It would have to be a damage disadvantage. The problem with that though is it would just take away from like all the, all like the legacy with Tekken. Like, people have been learning frames for so many years, and now you just press it.
But like, again, because there's a disadvantage to doing it, that like eventually you're gonna have to learn, right? It's, to me, modern controls is about lowering the barrier of entry, but while still keeping the skill ceiling as high as possible, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, as long as you can do that, again, I don't know how much of a disadvantage you'd have to have in order for it to like not have people complaining too much on Twitter, but there's definitely stuff you can do for sure for Tekken.
Yeah, they just need the Tekken team. I don't know what they're doing, bro. This is why I want to move to I want to move to Street
Is it
Fighter.
really Doomerland over in Tekken, man? Every time I like see a video, like, it's just I don't actually watch some of the videos. I just read the titles and thumbnails, and I'm like, man, y'all Tekken people need to
like, it's just like, it's such a and it's funny because like in season 1, I was like a staunch defender of Tekken 8. Like, I really, really love the game.
Yeah.
I'm super passionate about it. Like, it had a lot of issues, but great game overall. We just need a couple changes, and then we have an amazing game. And then season 2, we're like minus 1,000 points now. We're so far under the ground. I don't know. We 4 patches, and now we're like 20% safe. Yeah, it's a mess, dude. That
Is there hope?
Season 3, there's hope. Yeah. Until then. No, but it's funny when I say season 3, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, like it's a meme." No, dude, that's like what, 5-6 months away. We're gonna be in season 3 now. That's the next hope.
Yeah.
Really.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
They're not doing any more balance changes like for a while.
Yeah. Well, they like fired the whole team, right, or something like.
They said they did. I don't know if I
don't believe it. Yeah.
Like, wow, we fired the whole balance team and we have a whole new one. Okay. Anything they say on Twitter, It's just
I,
not real.
I believed that at first. I was like, wow, like maybe they saw something, but then they didn't like revert the changes or anything. So now I'm like skeptical again.
No,
Yeah,
it's the same shit. Like,
I know exactly. Like you fired people and you didn't change anything.
so it's like after the season 2 thing, super negative, right? Like no one likes it. Pretty much there's like no support for it. The directors, they all come on Twitter, they're like, we apologize sincerely, we're gonna make it up to you, we'll do whatever it takes. Okay. We'll regain, they said like we'll regain your trust. New team, and then they give us, yeah, we got 4 balance patches over the course of like 3.5 months. Each one was microscopic, like tiny,
Mhm.
tiny. And then now they said, yeah, that's the last one. We think what they said in the most recent one was like any balance changes after this will be bug fixes and small things. And half the not even like 70% of the community is like, we need to nerf 22 out of the 35 characters right now. Like, yeah, it's not
Yeah.
good. It's really, really not good.
Is Brian top 3?
No.
In one sense. In one sense.
It's
TLDR.
it's cope. Brian's really, really, really good, but he's super difficult. And I think like when it comes to top level play in Tekken, it always
Yeah.
favors the easier characters, like pretty much universally. We haven't had like Mishimas winning tournaments. God, I don't know. When was the last time? Like, I guess Tekken 5, maybe? I guess Tag 2, there were a couple. Mishimas were pretty good, but like, it's always these easy. I call them like, or we in the community call them like modern Tekken characters, which are like the
Hmm.
ones that are like super easy, very streamlined options. Like, before you would need to use like a whole big assortment of moves for different situations. Like this guy's
Yeah.
doing this thing, I know to use this particular move because I've seen the situation so many times. With starting with technically Tekken 6, but really Tekken 7's DLC. I'm sure you know about Leroy, right? All that
Yeah, of
dumb
course. Of
shit.
course.
With those guys, it's
Yeah.
like these are the modern Tekken characters who now you can play them with 5 moves, does everything.
Hmm.
Highest damage in the game, no execution at all, really. Yeah, just super easy game plans, and that's what we're seeing in Tekken 8, I think, which is why I don't think like Brian's super good, like definitely top tier, but he is
Hmm.
very, very difficult. And there's other characters who I feel like simple characters are so much better in any fighting game because you can like focus purely on like the match, on like your opponent, right?
Yeah.
If you're playing a really hard character, you're fighting against your opponent, but to an extent, you're also fighting against your own character, if you get what I mean. And if you can like pick
Hmm.
a super easy character who's also ridiculously strong, you skip that whole thing and you get straight to like, let me figure out what my opponent does. It's such an advantage in competition, I
Yeah.
think.
So I agree, but also for another reason. I think this is like a crackpot theory I have. You can let me know what you think or not. But
Yeah.
I think back in the day, more technical characters were better, right?
Mm.
So the reason I think that is patches change things very, very quickly, right? And if I want to be a top player, I have to pick a really strong character, right? It's hard for me to be a character specialist and just pick one character.
Mm.
And I'm sure you look at like the Tekken pros, they seem to switch a lot, right? Like the best ones like Arslan, like I don't even know who Arslan still plays Nina or they switch.
Nina, Lars, Leroy,
Yeah,
6 characters a day.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's a lot easier to switch to an easy character than a hard character,
Mhm.
right? And I think that's the big thing. Because like let's say Brian was truly top 3, like it just takes too long to learn the character, right? Where I
Yeah.
could learn like an easy character in half the time and find success way easier. And I don't know if like developers really take that into account that like patches will deter me from playing like a truly a character that takes a lot of investment because why would I want to just play easy character, right?
Yeah, you bring up an interesting point because yeah, in the older games, right? No patches. If you invest a ton of time, character specialist, super technical
Hmm.
character, at least you know that like that work couldn't be like thrown down the toilet. If you spend all
Yeah.
this time on a super hard character and then they get gutted in the next patch, you kind of have to switch and it's like, "Oh, well, guess we're done with that now." And you pick up another easy character. So yeah, damn. Yeah, you're right. I never really thought of that. Huh.
So something very interesting in Fatal Fury
Mhm.
is how did you watch EWC at all for Fatal Fury? I can if not I can
Yeah,
like give you a quick
I
recap.
I think I saw like
So
some recap video, but yeah.
yeah, so the TLDR is most people use the same 3 characters, right? Hokutomaru, Billy, and Kain. And actually, the most popular character was Billy,
Okay.
but Kain's the stronger character, which is weird, right? But it's the same idea. Billy's way easier to pick up than Kain. So more people, because like they patched the game to like buff Billy like a month ago. So Billy used to have a really hard time anti-airing, and then they buffed his anti-air. And it's like, all right, now what's his weakness? Yeah, we're not sure. And like people found out tech, and Billy's already kind of broke, right?
Yeah.
But like then a lot of people switched to Billy, but like they could have switched to Kine, and Kine's like he's top one in the game, but he's just harder, right? So people gravitated towards the easier character.
Yeah, it's dude, I know all about that. Like, it's the same. You want to talk about like no weaknesses? Characters just get their weaknesses patched constantly. Where I'm at in Tekken, and yeah, it's just easier characters. It's so much better. I guess on the topic of Fatal Fury, because are you still competing in that game, or
Yeah,
kind of?
yeah. So yeah, I got sponsored by Weibo Gaming to compete, right? So I'm sure you know how like EWC works, but the idea is like they want to sponsor people for EWC. So if I do well at EWC, or like Mena's on my team, if Mena does well at EWC, then they basically get a shit ton of money. That's basically how it works, right? Like, I think I was like looking at the metrics, like let's say Mena won. Mena wins like 300K. I don't know, but Mena's team, or just this is not just Weibo. This is like anyone, right? Like let's say the Falcons, the guy from Falcons. Well, I don't know who's on Falcons, right? They win. It probably guarantees them like $1 million, like straight up for the team. Damn. So like it's a really good investment, and that's why you see a lot of people like getting sponsored. So yeah, they sponsored me to fly out, play. I was like this close to qualifying. Kind of sucks, but really hard to do when you're doing like content and working a full-time job at the same time. So yeah, but I'm still playing. So that's over. I thought they would like kind of be like, all right, well, EWC's over, have fun, like, because that's how most sponsors are. But Weibo's been like super supportive, so they're actually helping out with my Evo trip, and they're gonna keep helping me out and stuff for like 2XGO and whatnot. So with the goal being like, hey, potentially next year I can help them do well at EWC. So that's kind of the idea. I don't know where I'm gonna focus like after 2XGO comes out, because like, will it hit? Will it not? I don't know. Maybe it's really fun, but I don't know if like, how much prize money and stuff's going to be in it, and if there's going to be like a pro tour and stuff.
Yeah.
But we know for sure SNK Fatal Fury has a crap ton of money, right? There's a $2.5 million tournament happening in 3 months. So, yeah, August, September, October. Yeah, it's end of October. So I'm still like train for that as well, because I think I can do well.
Fatal Fury is such an interesting case, because I feel like normally with like every fighting game, right, it's kind of the pro players who like get fucked, in the sense that like competing's really hard. We have really generally lower prize pools in fighting games compared to every other esport, right? Usually it's like, and the developers are usually focused on the casuals, but I feel like Fatal Fury, it never got any casuals.
So I know it's only competitive.
If you're playing Fatal Fury, you're competing in it, or you're like not playing. I don't know, it's so weird to me. That whole game is just,
it is bizarre. I'm not gonna lie, like I would not be playing if there was nobody in the game. I would not be playing it, right? I think it's a good game. I actually like the game a lot. Like that's obviously like a main barrier of entry.
Yeah.
But I can't say I like it more than Street Fighter 6. I think I like it about the same, but Street Fighter 6 has a better like overall better, how to say, like landscape for being a content creator and right? Because I can make more YouTube videos, I can stream it easier, and like more people are interested. I have more people that like play the game, right? So tournaments are like more hype and that sort of thing. But Fatal Fury kind of makes up for that gap in the prize money, right? It's a lot easier to win money playing Fatal Fury than it is like Street Fighter, because there's less competition and there's more money, right? So that's kind of why I'm choosing to lean into Fatal Fury as opposed to Street Fighter, because like Street Fighter, I feel like I'm like a year behind, because I basically, out of the 2 years it's been out, I didn't play for a year.
Right.
But Fatal Fury, like it's only been out for a few months, like, and there's less competition. I think I have a much better shot at that.
Do you think they played it too safe with like Fatal Fury's general gameplay? Do you think they should have like made it stand out a lot more so it had its own unique identity? Because like what you just said, I feel like so many people say that like it's great, but I'd rather play Street Fighter. I feel like that's like a really interesting thing.
I think the gameplay is amazing. I think both the gameplay of Street Fighter and Fatal Fury is amazing. In fact, I enjoyed it a lot. My only criticism with the gameplay is the balance, but like they can fix that pretty easily. Hopefully, fingers crossed, when Chem comes out. I think the faults of the game are everything else around it, right? Like the whole Ronaldo controversy, like really, I think shot itself in the foot. But also like like the graphics, the presentation, the netcode, like all that's a little subpar of the Street Fighter, right? So I don't know what I would do if I were SNK, but like obviously I want the game to do very well. I really like the game and the gameplay, but I don't think it's a gameplay issue because okay, if you're gonna do anything gameplay related, it has to be lowering the skill floor for like new players. Not for players like me, the gameplay is great.
It's so weird to me that I feel like they went ultra hardcore on marketing to casuals, but it's like not a casual game at all. It's like, okay, Ronaldo, who's that for? It's not for fighting game fans. It's for casuals. It's the most popular sport in the world.
Yeah.
One of the most popular people, right? Casuals. Weren't they doing like boxing, like Speed and KSI?
Yeah, they
promoting it.
Don't want to get me started about the marketing. Yeah,
it's like they must have spent like the highest advertising budget on any fight. Like, I don't know how much does it cost to get Ronaldo? Like, holy shit.
I know. Yeah.
And I don't know all this, and I don't know. I thought it had a chance because I really like my whole channel. Like, is based on.
It's gonna do way better than it did for sure.
I really wanted it to do well. I haven't liked an SNK game since King of Fighters 13. Like, I didn't like 14 or 15. I really wanted it to do well, and I'm like, launch day. You know how fighting games, like their launch day, they have like an all-time peak and then like it kind of like ticks off. Its all-time peak is like 10,000 lower than King of Fighters 15, and I'm like, sorry, what? What is happening here? And yeah, everyone on Twitter was like, oh no, it's okay, you can't judge it, it's fine, it'll do. And then now it has like 150 concurrent players on Steam, so rip.
Yeah, what is actually the peak? Oh my god, it's less than 5K. You want to know something crazy to me? The peak of DNF Duel is like 3 times the amount of Fatal Fury.
Yeah.
Isn't that like this like DNF Duel of all games?
And if you want to talk about like financial success of a game, that's probably where the bulk of it comes from, right? Because these are people who are actually purchasing the game and playing it. Like most people are going to get it then. Yeah, I don't know. Must have been like a huge financial failure. I know SNK. Was SNK like bought out like fully by the?
Well, they So the way I was told, because they have other games in development, right? It's basically it's like 96% Saudi owned. Yeah. And the way like Saudi sees it is like it's like a passion project basically.
They have the money.
Like yeah, they have the money and like this is something they want to do. That's the best, like my logical interpretation of it.
I mean, I can see that, but like, do you think they expected like this much of like a failure when it comes to like players?
No, 100% no. Yeah, no, I think they definitely thought it was gonna do a lot better. Yeah, I don't know. I think also like how do I put this? Like presentation is also an issue, but I think it's also the IP. Like many people don't know what Fatal Fury is. Like more people knew what DNF Duel. I'm like because Dungeon Fighter Online is like a huge game and that people were still playing. Like the last Fatal Fury game was like 20 years ago, right? And like the people that were playing Fatal Fury 20 years ago probably aren't that interested in a new game, right? So it's kind of like I think the IP is harder to sell than King of Fighters, and that's part of the reason why King of Fighters did better.
Yeah, King of Fighters is also, yeah, like you said, has way more entries, which just makes it kind of interesting why they opted for a Fatal Fury over just like another King of Fighters. It's a lot more risky, especially because like they had a lot of, I feel like they had a lot of momentum. Like SNK was kind of on like a pretty big decline, and then we started Terry and Smash. Like a lot of people don't think about this, but this boosted the popularity of like SNK by a lot. Like I know so many people in the gaming community who like they think Terry's like a household name now because of Smash, right? He's in, it's funny to say that, but yeah, and he's in Street Fighter as well. Like SNK with Terry was becoming more relevant than ever, and I feel like this was like their shot to really do it, and they didn't.
Yeah, people love Terry. I am surprised it did bad, but again, I'm just gonna rationalize it as like a passion project and hope their next game like actually cooks. Like that's kind of my hope.
Yeah, it's just, I think it's just a casual issue, right? Like it's not for competitive people who like every little detail of a fighting game, all these different options. It's like heaven, right? Like you have everything, so many different cool stuff. But if you're a casual jumping into it, like, oh my God, why would I do
Yeah.
this when I can just go play Street Fighter? It's way more colorful, way more simpler to understand, way
Yep.
bigger community. Like, yeah, it's
Exactly.
very,
I,
very
I will
rough.
say, even from the competitive aspect, not having a lot of casuals interested in the game kind of it is discouraging, right? Because like, I'm playing like Shao Hai. He's like the best player of Fatal Fury. Well, besides the Guichi, I guess. Shao Hai got second at EWC,
Mhm.
and like I almost beat him. Like, is this close? And like I can imagine, like, if I imagine I'm taking, like, I almost beat like best Street Fighter player, right? Or the best, like, I take Arslan Ash to like a pixel health. Like, the crowd would go crazy.
Mhm.
But the crowd for Fatal Fury, because there wasn't that many casuals, it's like, man, like, I couldn't get that spirit bomb from the crowd. It's like, I was like looking back on, like, man, I kind of miss the energy of like the casual, like a more casual audience brings.
Yeah. Where do you think SNK like goes? Do you think they're gonna keep supporting this game for like a long time? Part of me thinks it'll be like a year and then they'll slowly
Well,
like
they
slow it
confirmed
down.
3 years. So
Oh,
we
did
know for
they?
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we know for sure it's at EWC for 3 years. So this year, next year, and the year after. And they've confirmed 3 years of DLC, right?
They're gonna
That's
lose
100%
so much more
happening.
money. Like they've already
Yeah,
lost
well,
so
you have
much.
to. Like, we were talking a lot about this at EWC Fail Fury because I went to co-stream it, right?
Mhm.
And kind of the way is rationalized to me is like they have to protect the IP, right? Because like imagine they just like cut everything off for Fatal Fury and then they try to make a new game and like all the customers are gonna be like, well, why would I play? The game's just gonna die in like 3 months and like they're gonna pull the prize money and that sort of thing. So
Yeah. Huh. It's I don't know,
yeah.
it's gonna be so interesting though, just like to look back in history because like I said before, it's like the first fighting game. It's just the pro scene. I know. I think there is something kind of cool about that too. Like, finally,
Yeah.
like the competitive players get something. Like it's just for them, just for the real sweats,
Yeah, it is definitely for the real sweats.
But well, what a I wanted it to do well, so it's kind of upsetting. Kind of, and you talked about 2XKO a lot too. That game, I don't know how to feel about it. I'm so like, because first it's League of Legends IP. Like I always thought if Riot made a fighting game, like immediately, like biggest fighting game ever, right?
Yeah.
But like a couple of the we had how many network tests we had now? Like two, I think, right?
Hmm.
And I'm seeing like content and like content seems pretty bad for it. Like I see a lot of people are like, "Oh, my videos, I thought I'd do really well." It seems like there's
Yep,
not many
mine
people
too.
talking about it, and I'm like, I don't know. I thought this would be like super big. Maybe it's just because it's beta. Maybe it'll take more time. Maybe it's just like they're doing like a long term thing. But yeah, I'm nervous about that game too, for sure.
I am nervous. I don't know if it's the beta. I will say that my content wise, the videos on YouTube just don't hit. Um, I mean, my Hunter x Hunter videos do way better, and like no one plays that game, right? So maybe there's not like the one-to-one correlation between YouTube and like how many people are playing, like immediately, right?
Sure.
That being said, like my Twitch did amazing. Like both during both like the alpha labs, like I probably had some of my highest viewership during those weekends, if that makes sense, or like during those weeks.
Yeah.
So like I do think there's interest, although I do think like some people just hate watch. So I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like they just come into the chat and they're like, why would you? Well, there's only 8 champs. Like why would you play this game? Shit like that, right? Um, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't hit as well as it could, but like you're right, it might be because it's in beta. I have no clue.
Yeah, I remember I did a when I did my podcast with Rooflemonger, he told me he got to talk to like one of the devs and they said like they're doing like kind of a soft launch thing where like they're planning years and years out into the future. Like that's when they're expecting growth. So they kind of
Yeah.
like they're gonna like launch it like what is it 10 characters or 8 characters at launch, kind of like low key. The fighting game fans who know they're gonna like if you know you're gonna play 2XKO, you know already, right? Like it's not
Hmm.
like we know we're gonna be playing it. If it's good, we'll keep playing it. But like it's gonna take more time to like sell other people on it, I guess. It is free to play, which that should in theory help a lot, right?
Yeah.
And then they just keep
Yeah.
adding champions over time. Who knows? Maybe it could get really big.
Honestly, so I do think there's like the public perception's kind of like bad around it because I
Yeah.
think the product overall is like pretty good. I think if you ever played 2XQ with like another teammate on your team,
Yeah, actually.
it's like it's peak, right?
I
Like
kind of
it's
enjoyed
actually
it. It was
like
really good.
yeah, it's really fun. And I think that's like a very unique selling point, and it's free to play. Like those two and like the netcode's amazing. So like those three things combined, like it should hit in theory. Like that's everything the FGC I think needs.
Mm-hmm.
But they obviously like screwed something up in the marketing because like 2 years ago everyone was super hype for this game.
Yeah.
And when I played this game 2 years ago, maybe it's 3 years ago. I'm getting all my fucking dates mixed up, bro. Wait, let me think for a second. I'm gonna say it was 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not 100% sure. When I played this game for the first time, it I was like, oh my god, this game is gonna be amazing. It's gonna do so well. I truly believed in it. But then like because they dragged out the announcements for so long and like they've kind of kept everyone they got everyone hype, but then they didn't like it took them so long to deliver.
Yeah.
I think that's like people just got sick of like waiting, and now that's where there's like this public perception of like, man, this game's gonna not do like I'm not as excited for it, and I can't even say I'm hype because like you're telling me I'm supposed to be hyped for 2 years waiting for something like that's hard, right? So I think that you got some of that. Like there's like fatigue, I guess hype fatigue. I don't know if that's like an actual term, but that's one of my coin. I think you have hype fatigue, but like when the actual game is released, I think might do better than people are thinking.
Yeah, I feel like the worst case scenario for 2XKO is like it appeals to people who like anime fighting games, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like that's not what we want. That'd be like I feel like that's such a waste of potential. Like if another one does pretty good, gets like a pretty active player base, maybe like more than Guilty Gear, but like nothing crazy. I feel like that's gonna happen regardless. But it's League of Legends. You can't like not think of the potential. A lot of people like say, oh, you got to look at it in like a vacuum. It's just a fighting game, but like it's not just a fighting game, right? It's a fighting game made by the biggest gaming company in the world, right? It's biggest IP. The League of Legends IP is huge. And
it's so big.
And it's like I always thought like this would be it, like because we've been this niche genre for so long now. I was always like, if anyone was going to do it, it would be Riot. They're going to take this game, they're going to launch it to a whole, expose millions of other people to it, and this will be how fighting games become mainstream. I don't know. That's how I always imagined it. It could still happen, but I don't know. It's seeming pretty shitty right now. A little disappointing.
So the way I've heard this rationalized. Mm-hmm. So Street Fighter 6, biggest fighting game out. We'd say this. It's a pretty strong success, right?
Huge success, yeah.
Has maybe what like how many people you think are playing right now? 20K?
It hovers around like 16 to 20, I think. Yeah.
Fighter 6 team charts. Yeah, actually, I'll look it up right now. It's actually there's only 8K people playing right now, right?
The Japanese
League of
are
Legends.
Asleep.
Yeah, the Japanese are asleep. Yeah, this is actually like the worst it gets, because this is basically like 5 a.m. in Japan. Like no one's playing at that time, right? Mm-hmm. I think it's around like 1 million to 2 million people like at a given time are playing League of Legends. Mm-hmm. If you just convert 1% of that, you have more people playing.
We've made it.
Yeah, you have more people playing 2XQ than Street Fighter 6, right?
Mm. Yeah, dude. Valorant too. I guess with that we kind of thought like, oh, it's not, because it could have just been like League of Legends was just like a one-time thing. There's a lot of other times people struggle to like break out of the niche, but no, they took Valorant, they took a genre with CSGO, exposed it to a whole new audience. I don't think most Valorant players were playing CSGO prior to that game. Like the average like casual player, they were not playing CSGO. They started and they just really, really liked the game. It appealed to a whole new audience. That's the biggest success you can have with a multiplayer game. Appealing to as much of an audience, new audience as possible. And yeah, it's what we really want that with 2XKO. Free to play will help. Hopefully it'll work out. I know. So we were talking about like the simplicity, right? Like if there's no inputs in that game, but I feel like that's not helpful. Like they have you seen the meme of like they removed them? Wow, there's no DP inputs, but it's like one of the most technical fighting games. Like I'm so confused looking at it. There's all these insane mechanics going on constantly. Like it doesn't seem like a very casually friendly fighting. The only casual friendly part is the 2v2 mode, which I think will be like a big success with Cat. I imagine like all the streamers like Tyler One, they're all gonna hop on and do like dubs 2v2 tournaments. That'll be where like a lot of the casual fun initially comes from. It just doesn't seem like the core gameplay though is like appealing to casuals like it should be. It doesn't seem like it's as simplistic as it could be. I don't know. It seems like a lot.
So I have a couple thoughts on this. Have you ever played Hunter x Hunter? Then Impact.
The new one?
Yeah.
No.
So it's all right. No one has.
Okay.
I went to my local yesterday. I never go to locals. This is my first local this year, I think. I went to my local. I went for Net Impact because the netcode's like trash, so I didn't want to play it online anymore. 3 people showed up. I was one of them. The TO was the another one, and then one other person I know.
Jesus.
So I guess I'm proud to say I won a 3-man Net Impact tournament, but like, I'm one of the very few people in the world that have won money playing Hunter x Hunter Net Impact. But yeah, not many people play it. But the reason I bring that up is it's one of the most technical fighting games I've ever played. There's legitimately like super hard combos and super hard stuff you can do with that game. And that's a reason why the netcode is like so damaging, is that like I have to keep things easier, right?
Sure.
Like, and like even the movement in that game, it's like, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, where if you move around and you'll just randomly get a trip and you'll die.
Yeah, of course.
In order to move in Net Impact, you have to plink dash. Like you could do a regular dash, but like it's really bad. And if you fuck up one plink dash, you're just in recovery like forever. And it's like super tragic. And then you just die, right? So like there's certain technical aspects of the game that are like, it's actually a very hard game technically. And the reason I lose games, again, I've been grinding this game for 2 weeks. The reason I lose games are almost always on the technical side of things, and not because of like strategy or like fundamentals and that sort of thing, right? Yeah. It's because I'm not doing the right combo routing. I'm not doing the right, I don't know, like I dropped the combo, and it's not because I lost to the player. Like I'm losing to myself, right? Because it's the game requires a lot of practice to be technical. Sure. So I think 2xKO it's not as one player-ish as Hunter x Hunter. Like, yeah, it's definitely like more interactive. Like Hunter x Hunter, you can like literally win the game off like one touch, right? But 2xKO, you have multiple opportunities to play, which is cool. So I think maybe it won't be that bad. But actually, when I played the game 2 years ago, devs asked for feedback, and my first feedback was, I don't think this game's casual friendly enough.
Yeah.
And they've added things like pulse fuse, right?
Right.
When that's just now not even a pulse, but it's basically auto combo, right? The other thing they added, which it was in the last alpha, I don't know if you got a chance to try it, was they added basically solo fuse.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which is like really good for new players, right? That being said, I think it's still gonna be a hard game to learn. So I don't know. We'll see. TFT is also a really hard game to learn, so, and it seems to do pretty well.
Yeah, well, I think the appeal of TFT is I feel like you can kind of just jump in, and it's because it's attached to League of Legends. I think if TFT was its own individual game, it wouldn't have had nearly the same success. Like I think a lot of people are like, oh, we can try it. It's like super casual. 2xKO, I don't know. It's gonna be appealing to such a different group of people. I don't know. Maybe best case scenario, I think, is like once the game comes out, Riot starts like pumping it hard, like the advertising. Like all the big league streamers are gonna hop on it.
Yeah.
Drops, skins, like all this shit everywhere.
Yeah.
That's what we need. We need tournaments. It's Riot Games. They should be able to fund it. Like theoretically, look at the
they definitely have the money. Yeah.
This should be like the biggest like tournament series like ever in fighting games. Well, I guess now we have the Esports World Cup, but like this should be it for comp. It should be good for casuals. Like you get your little skins. If you want a Booby Ari skin, you can pay your $20 for that. That's good for casuals, I guess. I don't know.
It's gonna be $100. What are you talking about? This game's been developed for 10 years. They gotta make that money back.
Dude, I came back to League of Legends and there was like a $60 skin. I'm like, oh my god, bro, what are they doing?
There's a $500 skin, right? Like I think there's a faker skin.
I think there's one that you can like change like 5 different times and I don't know what's going on with that game. I know in Valorant too, it's ridiculous. Skins are just
yeah. If you want to get the immortalized faker skin, it's $500, over $500 actually.
Can you just buy that like in the game client, like just $500 purchase or?
Yeah,
that's okay. Props to you. Props to you, Riot.
Like a year ago.
People are buying it, so you know what? Fuck it. If it sells. But like,
yeah, it's Ari skin. Yeah,
of course it is. Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of nervous about it, but I guess we'll just wait. It's coming out soon, right? I think it's September 2nd? I don't remember. Sometime in September, right? We're getting like the full beta. Like it's not going to go offline.
Yeah. Yeah, that's September 9th, I think.
Oh,
So
September 9th. Damn.
I'm gonna be locked the fuck in.
Is
It's
that
very
like
convenient.
what you're planning on focusing on as soon as it comes out?
Yes, yes. I plan to go all in. Oh, I'll still train Fatal Fury is like a side game,
Hmm.
right? And like see if I can do well, because like now I'll still have like more time to practice than I did before. So it's like I have my like it's gonna be like I have two jobs again, you know? It's I'm 2xq streamer a day, Fatal Fury grinder at night. We'll see. I don't know exactly like how. I mean, it all depends on like how well the game does, right?
Hmm.
um like does the game do well on stream? Do I enjoy it? That's also an important thing, right? Like the Alpha Lab 2 changes I wasn't a big fan of. No one was. So like, there's a lot of factors. But yeah, I'm gonna be going really hard on the game. I plan to be one of the best, assuming it's worth being the best in that game.
Yeah. I mean, that's sick. It's gotta be. It's gotta be like 2xko. At the very
It's
least,
gotta
it's
be.
gonna have prize money. It's gonna have prize money at the very least, and it'll
I
be.
think so. I think so too. I think there's like a 90% chance it's at EWC next year.
Mm.
And so do a lot of the sponsors. Think that like people have been picked up because they think 2xko is going to be at EWC next year, right?
Mm.
As part of the reason Weibo's like continue relationship with me and that sort of thing. We don't know for sure, right? Obviously, it's a gamble and stuff. And then there's all like the possibility they could do their own thing too outside of EWC. I think that's almost certain too. If they could do a pro tour for Hunter and then Impact, they just announced this week, by the way. They could do a pro tour for 2xko. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Yeah. Jesus. What went so wrong with Hunter? Like I haven't played it. I heard all this. Is it mainly just the netcode?
It's literally the netcode, and the netcode is it's like it would have passed in 2015, but it's not 2015, right?
Oh
Like every
God.
too many good games have good netcode now,
Mhm.
and it's $60. Like it feels like it should be like a $30 game at maximum, and yeah, it's overpriced for what you're getting.
Yeah. Damn. I just it's so crazy how netcode can just kill it like that.
Yeah,
Because
it's fundamentally, I think it's a really fun game to play, which is a shame. Like I really want that game to do well, but
isn't there like crazy
whatever.
balancing issues like everywhere, or is it what's going
I
on
actually
there?
think the game's more balanced than people give it credit for. There's 16 characters. I'd say most of them are viable.
Okay.
And actually, like because the game's not super popular, we know who the easy top tiers are. Like I don't know if you've seen Crollo. He's like the guy that does the fish super,
I
and
think I
then
heard of it.
it's like broken as shit, right?
Mhm.
But there's other characters that like I think are like theory top tier. Like they just take a little bit more time to unlock. And if you look at the leaderboards, like the number one guy right now, I think as of like a couple days ago, he's playing Netro, who like a lot of people don't think he's really good. But I was watching his replays and he's like abusing stuff with Netro, like I never even thought of, right? So I think this game's actually like in a pretty good state balance wise, because we don't know like what the meta is going to shape out to be, because it's a game with a very very high skill ceiling.
Will it last, or is it gonna be like a Discord fighting game? Do you think?
Well, last bro, I just went to a local of 3 people.
Okay, so it's done. Yeah, we're done.
Street Fighter. Okay, just for comparison, this wasn't like a dead local. I won the Street Fighter tournament. It had 70 people at it.
Hmm.
Hunter had 3.
I think it has.
And the game just came out.
Oh, 70 people right now on Steam. That's not
Oh
real.
wait,
I think I'm looking at the wrong one. There's no way.
no, you definitely are looking at the right
Oh,
one.
no, this is
Yeah, it's fucking cooked, dude.
well, I guess the opposite of that, of the dead fighting games. There's something I've been like kind of thinking about recently for the past couple months, and it's like, have you noticed that like it kind of seems like fighting games in this year and last year in particular are like kind of heading more in like a mainstream direction? Like I don't know when I first noticed it, but it's probably like the Sajam Slam or something, when like all of a sudden all these like super big like more mainstream streamers are playing like fighting games now. I know I think there's like another Street Fighter tournament going on with content creators. There's a lot more stuff like that. 2SKO is like a maybe. There's like Marvel. Do you think fighting games are gonna like keep moving towards that? Do you see a world where they become like not like
I think
not like League, but like a lot more mainstream?
Yeah, I think the genre is just too good, right? Like,
Hmm.
I mean, like I obviously enjoy. I'm obviously biased, but I think the games are just really really good. I think the genre is really good. I think you can learn a lot from fighting games. I think they're very fun. I think the whole process of like learning and like treating it like a puzzle game and like trying to find out new strategies and that sort of thing, I think is like super interesting. So yeah, I can see it. And also like if you look at the Steam charts for Street Fighter 6, we keep talking about Steam charts, but it's actually really interesting because there's more people playing now than there were like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Which means that the player base is actually like gaining people, which is like kind of bizarre for like a fighting game, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's Street Fighter 6 has done so well. People keep telling me that like in Japan it's like huge. Like if you think it's big here, it's like mainstream, like on billboards and like everywhere there. Like I don't know. I've heard some people say like it's one of the most mainstream multiplayer games in Japan. So, I mean, if that's,
oh yeah, it's huge.
yeah.
It's huge.
And was Street Fighter 5 like not that big in Japan?
No, but you definitely didn't have like the collaborations with
Right.
like some of the Japan's biggest streamers are like playing the game casually, right?
Damn.
In Street Fighter 5, like I never saw that, not even America, right? I do think Sage Slam helps with that. I think really the pioneers were like Crazy Raccoon. Like they blew that shit up, and like they have massive streamers. It would be like Sage Slam's obviously doing really good work, but it's like the equivalent of Sage Slam, but instead of getting like people that get average like 1K 2K viewers, you're getting like Kai Cenat and like you know Queso or whoever the biggest streamers are to play Street Fighter, right? That's basically the equivalent of what's happening in Japan. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. So do you think Street Fighter is just going to keep going up throughout its lifetime?
I think it's a strong enough product. I think it'll just be like either maintain or slowly go up. Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna like massively. Like it's not gonna like we're gonna wake up one day and it's gonna be like 10x the numbers. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me in like 2 years that like I click on the concurrent users and it's actually like at 15K or something instead of like 8K right now.
I'm really hoping like this kind of generation of fighting games is like the transition period where like a lot more people have their eyes on fighting games than ever before. So maybe when we get to like 3, 4, 5 years down the road and we're getting like a new Street Fighter game, maybe a new Tekken game, so many more people have been exposed to it and maybe there'll be a lot more hype amongst like general casual communities. I don't know, maybe that could be it. Like we could possibly be like one generation away from like insane success in the fighting game community. Like,
I think we're getting closer. If 2X goes, Street Fighter 6, and Marvel Tokon, I think is gonna be huge. Yeah. Okay, here's what I think is gonna blow up the FGC. I don't know if it's true, but like mark my words, Marvel Tokon is 4v4. Oh I think it's gonna allow you to play with 3 other people on your team. I think that is gonna hit like crazy. I think it's gonna be insane, and the evidence is there. Because if you play Guilty Gear Strive 3v3 mode, why the hell would they add that mode if it weren't to like basically play test adding more people into a game client, right?
Maybe there was just so much demand. The Guilty Gear community was like, that's all we need is 3v3 to
Bro, it's dead as shit. No one gave a shit about it, right?
That's all we need.
Yeah. No, people are they did it to like so like developers will do that, right? Like they'll use their old game as like a platform for the new game and like reuse assets. So Street Fighter 5, for example, they play tested like a lot of the ideas that would be in Street Fighter 5 in Street Fighter 4 by adding Omega mode. So there's like the special mode where they gave characters like new abilities and like new skills. And then a lot of them just randomly appeared in Street Fighter 5 and randomly appeared in Street Fighter 6. What a surprise, right? So
sure.
Maybe we'll see the same thing with Tokon.
I mean, yeah, Marvel's a huge property. Like, you could put anything in Marvel. I mean, it's a bad example, but like Marvel Rivals, you know, take the Overwatch formula, put all the Marvel characters in it. I don't. Yeah. Part of me thinks like the Japanese like anime style could actually limit the casual appeal maybe a little bit because most people are going to see it and they're going to be like, oh, this might look a little weird, but I don't know. That could just be in my head. I'm sure it'll be big. I'm sure it'll be really big.
Yeah, I mean, here's my TLDR stance on this. I think fighting games have massive potential. I think there's a few barriers, and they mainly come down to the games, right? I think if you look at the best esports, they're all team based. Okay, make something team based. All these games, all the esports are free to play. Marvel Rivals, it blew up, free to play, right? make a free to play game, and then make something that like is just unique enough and that like gets people interested with the IP. In theory, 2XKO has all of that. We'll see. I don't know.
What do you? How much have we gotten much info on Marvel at all? Like I haven't. I think I saw the initial trailer and like that's it. Like, do we know a lot about that game right now, or is it still?
That's basically it. You know, I have a lot of theories because like you know if you're good at analyzing trailer footage, you can like infer a few things.
Mhm.
Like ask me a question, I might be able to answer it. But yeah, we don't know much outside of the trailer.
Huh. Yeah, well, I don't know. Marvel 2XKO. I guess we'll see. A lot of anime games are coming back, I guess. Do you think anime games are coming back? Because it's been rough for the past, I don't know how long. Is Guilty Gear still like in the water? Are they doing like a season 5 or what? What's going on in Guilty Gear now?
Supposedly, we don't know for sure.
Mhm.
Lucy's coming from fucking Cyberpunk, right?
Yeah.
In probably a month. I think that will do quite well. Guilty Gear is actually like surprisingly popular.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, like I guess 1,500 playing right now. But like, if you look at some of the peaks for like when characters came out, like Dizzy peaked at like 10K, right? So like for a 4-year-old game, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I kind of stopped hearing about that game, but it's probably just not like in my bubble as much. I know didn't they reveal Lucy like 2 years ago, or like a year ago? How I feel like it's been
Yeah,
forever. I was asking my friend, I'm
yes.
like, is she not out yet? And they're like, nope, not yet. I heard there was like a leak or something that went on, but
No, it's just it's the last character of the season, right? So it's like Viper for Street Fighter 6.
God.
Like we're gonna have to wait a year to see Viper. I mean, it's whatever.
Huh. So do you still play Guilty Gear a lot?
I play when the new characters come out and farm it for content. I had the arc like maybe 7, 8 months ago where I was like, "There's nothing new to play. Let me get really cracked at Guilty Gear again," and I did that for a bit, which was really fun. So I'm still probably like a top 0.1% of the player base in terms of skill level, but like I'm not like if I went to major, I might get top 32, but like I don't think I make top 8 kind of level right now. Like I'm definitely not as strong as I used to be because I don't practice it outside of like when new characters come out.
So I guess in general for you, like you play like so many different fighting games. Do you like normally have like one that you're just like focused on at any given time, and then like you just change
Yeah.
what goes on?
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of the idea. So like for this year, for example, the beginning of the year, the first month was Stadium Slam, right?
Mm,
So Street Fighter 6, like I didn't play Street Fighter 6 for almost most of the past year, and I'm like, I'm gonna lock the fuck in for Stadium Slam, right?
right.
So that whole month I just grinded Street Fighter 6 and like based a lot of my content around what I'm grinding and like what I'm doing
Mm,
and like some of the things that I was like, learning and like therefore I want to share with my community and stuff. And then once I won Stadium Slam, then I had like a month to stick around before we went to Japan. So it was like a 2-part event, right?
sure.
And so I forget what I played during then, but I remember like just doing a bunch of variety games, right?
Mm,
Like I think new DLC and stuff came out then. And then in March was the other Stage was an event I trained for. And then in April, Fatal Fury came out, right? And
yeah.
so I basically been focused on Fatal Fury for the last like 3 months that it's been out.
Huh.
And I
So,
guess Hunter x Hunter for the last 2 weeks.
but you're still like, even when you're like actively pursuing one game, you're still always doing content on like everything, right? Like I see you're
Yeah.
doing Street Fighter videos still like all the time. Even if are you playing that game like a lot these days as well, or?
No, but I feel like my fundamentals are really strong.
Yeah.
So like I can get away with not playing the game. Like I literally just won like a Street Fighter 6 tournament against Spaceboy. He's like really strong. He just made like he's got top 8 at TNS like a week ago. Top 2 at TNS a week ago, right? And I was able to beat him. I was kind of surprised. I'm like, bro, I don't practice this game, but like the things I learned from other fighting games, I can like carry over to like Street Fighter when I come back, and like I think that helps power me up and makes up for some of like the lack of practice, if that makes sense. Um, but like, and I also like I keep up with the scene, right? Like it's not a very high effort thing to like just watch the occasional stream or like browse Twitter for 10 minutes a day to like understand what's going on with the game and that sort of thing. or like when a new patch comes out, I'll obviously like I'll play the new patch for a week and understand everything.
Do you ever feel like it can like so like you do content in all these different fighting games, but let's say like right now you're focused on like Fatal Fury. Do you ever feel like you're like you'd because that's the game you're putting all of your time into? Do you like want to do more content on like that game, but like you see it's not very popular, so it's like a better
Yes.
investment to do other stuff? Does that happen?
Yeah, dude, I wish I could just play one game, but like Fatal Fury content is so bad, dude.
Yeah.
It's like I can like tournaments, obviously, like for me entering a tournament will like hit for any game, but outside of that, like I have no clue what to do for Fatal Fury. I've tried a couple like really cool ideas and they just didn't hit. I was like, damn, like I'll do something for Ken. Like I really like the game, so I want to still make content. Like just because something it might not do well, like that's not reason to not make it, right? Like
Yeah,
I think you should have a certain percent of your YouTube to be like things you want to make.
sure.
Um Generally I want to make everything, but like, things, let me put it this way, things I want to make but I don't think will do well. And like that obviously can't be the whole portion of your YouTube, or you're gonna like not be a good YouTuber. um yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that is a feeling. I wish I could just like only stream the game, because like right now, like I'm trying to like plan out stream schedules and stuff, and like if I were to only stream Fatal Fury, like I'm not gonna grow, right?
Yeah.
Like if I was, because like it's kind of hard to pull people in. Like let's say I have captured 90% of the Fatal Fury audience
Mm.
and like the adjacent audience, but like Street Fighter, there's a lot of people that play Street Fighter that like probably still may not know me or may not have like seen my content, right? And there's more growth opportunities for that, for example.
Yeah, well, I feel Fatal Fury in particular is just so rough because when it comes to YouTube, at least in my experience, like 90 something percent of your viewership are going to be from casuals, right? Like if you're
Hmm.
doing a video and it's getting like
Yeah,
100K views, what percentage of those people are
exactly.
going to tournaments? Not many. And so you could do Fatal Fury, that audience just doesn't exist. Like most people, and I do think you can in the fighting game community do like niche stuff. I think there is a market sometimes for like super, super, super like niche stuff. It's just does really
Oh,
well
they're
sometimes.
100%. So,
Yeah.
okay, my last 5 videos were Nen Impact, Nen Impact, Nen Impact,
Mm.
Sonic Tag Fighters,
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
and a Street Fighter video.
Hmm.
And what video do you think did the best?
Uh, it was a Sonic one, right?
No, it's the Nen Impact one. It's
Oh,
one of the Nen Impact ones at
okay.
220K.
For yeah, there you go.
And most people that watch, like if you read some of the comments, they're like, man, this game looks fun, but I'm not buying it, right? It's like those kind of casuals, like people just want to see like what the broken shit is, and they just want to watch. They don't
Yeah.
necessarily want to play. But for some reason, like I don't know, like maybe they just don't want to see Fatal Fury, bro. I have no clue.
Well, yeah, I feel like even usually if you do content on like fighting games before it comes out, there's like a hype period. That's kind of like how I got
Yeah.
my channel start, like hyping up the launch of Tekken 8. But yeah, even with
Hmm.
Fatal Fury, it just didn't seem to be there. It's kind of how I'm feeling about 2XKO now. But yeah, randomly Hunter x Hunter is broken. Everyone wants to see that.
Yeah,
YouTube is just
exactly.
very, very random sometimes. Do you think it might be just because like Hunter x Hunter is a big anime IP, or do you think it has nothing to do with
Yeah.
that?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I guarantee a lot of people that like know of the anime, they want to see the fighting game and they watch it, right? Like
Mm.
same thing with the Sonic Tag fighting game. Like if it was just a regular ass tag fighting game, like they would have a third of the views. 100%.
Yeah. Huh. Oh yeah. Okay. So I know you've been streaming a lot of Street Fighter, even though Fatal Fury is like your focus. How are you like feeling about season 3 of Street Fighter? Like, do you have any like hard opinions on it? Like, what do you think about it overall?
Yeah, short answer is I think it's good. I think it's a good game because season 1 and season 2 were also a good game. I wish they changed more because realistically, the changes they made are very minor,
Mm.
right? In the grand scheme of things. Like it doesn't change the game that much compared to like Tekken 1 to Tekken season 1 to season 2 is like a big change, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we don't want that big of a change, but maybe that's why like Street Fighter was very, very conservative with their changes.
Mm.
But like if you look at Street Fighter 5 in year 3, which is the same thing as season 3 for Street Fighter 6, they added a new V trigger to every single character, right? So they added a lot of depth to the game in terms of new options. And the biggest change we got in this season was, okay, you have to hold the correct direction to get a perfect parry. I mean, like it changes the game, but like not nearly as drastically, right?
Yeah, I feel like there is some. Whenever you're gonna do like really, really big changes, there's obviously a lot more risk. It's high risk, high reward. Season 2 of Tekken 8 is like the perfect example of like the worst case scenario. But I mean, there have been good examples of big changes in the past. Part of me thinks like keeping it simple is a better idea, just because like they know they have something really, really good here. People are gonna play it regardless. If like if season 3 was like a super big overhaul and it was bad, they could lose players. But if they just kept what was already great about Street Fighter, which, like you said, the core gameplay is so strong, and just do a couple small things, no one's really going to quit because of that. Tekken 8, so many people are quitting. So many people are just quitting. They're losing a bunch of their players. So
yeah, I obviously haven't quit Street Fighter. I still like I literally just played it yesterday, right? But I'm not as interested in it, if that makes sense, because they didn't like add very many interesting changes because they didn't change much, right? Even like generally the character changes were like, okay, you got like a minor buff here, minor buff there.
yeah,
Like nothing too drastic, you know.
my round wave is now a low on Terry. Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks. Hey,
you got some new combo routes. You can combo into the overhead punch from mid screen. That's actually pretty good.
No, Terry's actually I think he's really, really good right now.
Yeah.
I just can't believe they didn't get rid of throw loops. I thought either it would be like everyone would get one, or they would like tone it down so you can like dash back and get a
I have to imagine they test it like internally, and like they realized it made the game too defensive or some shit like that.
Yeah.
That's copium, I know, but
I mean, it just seems like that's the one thing. Like even people who don't know anything about Street Fighter are just like, "Oh, there's throw loops in that game. It's so bad." I don't think the throw loops are actually like that bad. I think there's much worse things that you could have to deal with. But yeah, for me, I thought that was for sure they were gonna like do something with that. But no, I guess they're fine with how it is right now. It's interesting. I wonder what they're gonna do going forward, because they don't usually, isn't it not? They don't usually get big patches like every DLC character, right? Usually you're waiting.
It's weird because it's been like really intermittent. I wish they would like. I hope this is like what Riot does, because I pitched this to them. Is I wish there was a roadmap of like when things are changing, so like tournament players can like adapt to it, right?
Sure.
So for example, like Kimberly got changes in season 3, very minor. She got a double bomb step. That's about it. She got bigger changes when I don't fucking know. Someone came out. Let's say Bison. I don't actually know who was the DLC character before Elena. I'm like having a brain thought here. Oh yeah, I think when Mai came out, or maybe it's Terry, she got huge buffs, like massive buffs that like put her up a tier. Specifically, Stan Fierce just became like the god button, right?
Yeah.
But it was just like out of the blue, like I wish they would like either save these for season 3, or like say, all right, we're doing season 3, and then like right after Evo, there's gonna be a balance change. But we all know that like after Evo, there's gonna be a balance change like months in advance.
So, do you think generally then that like if you have to choose, do you think fighting games should lean towards like less patches overall, or just like more? Like if you have to choose between like what is it, like once a month or even more than that, like every couple weeks, like League, or like once a year, like one big one a year? What do you think is like better for like the competitive players?
I think once a year is too little for sure. I'm unsure about once a month. I would say like once every 3 months. I would do one big patch a year, and then once every like 3 months after like a big major or something, like then you would patch the game, but like minor tune-ups and stuff. And mostly it's like the minor patches should be like buffing the characters that aren't used much, and like the tools that aren't used much. And the big change should be like just adjusting system stuff.
Oh, do you think the balance changes, like the balance team, should they be consulting like top players of their game for these balance changes? Because I feel like it doesn't really happen like that. A lot of people.
So what I was told for Fatal Fury and Street Fighter take this with a grain of salt. I don't know, especially Fatal Fury, bro. I don't know who the fuck's on that balance team.
Sure.
Is they have like really really strong players internally that like are base essentially top players that work internally, right? I don't know which top player thought buffing Billy and buffing Hoka tomorrow was a good idea, but yeah, I guess there's and not touching Kane. Actually, they buff Kine too, #1 character in the game. Whoever thought those were good ideas, I don't know, but um, yeah, supposedly they do that. I think the issue is with consulting top players is like I'm gonna be real. If someone came to me, if the Fatal Fury devs came to me and they're like, "What do you think we should do to Ronaldo?" Because I like playing Ronaldo; he's a fun character.
Yeah.
I'm like, tell him to buff him to the fucking moon, right? Like I'm gonna be biased as hell.
Sure.
Like yes, I have integrity and stuff, but like it's a game after all. Just like you saw the fucking knee Brian politics, right? With
Yeah.
like you're as a top player, you're actively incentivized to downplay your character and upplay other characters because developers listen to that feedback and that perception will potentially can affect the balance of the game you're playing and can potentially be the difference between like tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars just because of you tweeted out that this character's strong and your character's weak, right?
Yeah. Dude, I don't it's as much as we like to like shit on like balance every multiplayer game, the community, they always shit on their balance team. I've never heard anyone say like, "Oh, this is a good balance team." Like everyone does that. But I kind of like don't envy them because yeah, I don't know how you even approach that. People are like, "Oh, they shouldn't be using Twitter because the average player on Twitter is what like in platinum or like diamond, they don't know what they're doing. They're just complaining about things they don't understand." But then the other extreme, like you just said, top players are directly incentivized to downplay their character. They make a living on it. It's their income, right? So what's the balance?
Yeah, I in my opinion, I think ideally you have like a couple really strong players that are like internally
Yeah.
and like just better than anyone else in the community. They understand the game better. That's obviously not happening because like they don't have the same incentive, right? Like if I'm a top player, like I might as well just go win Capcom Cup or something, right? Like there's no point of me working for Capcom behind the scenes.
Sure.
So I think the next best solution is you like contract with a player that's like forcibly cannot enter tournaments, right?
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Like if Street Fighter, if Capcom, well, first of all, I think Capcom does the best job out of any game right now, currently,
For sure.
balancing their game. So I don't think Capcom would do this. But like, let's say Capcom were to come to me and be like, "Yo, Diaphone, we'll offer you, I don't know, $1,000 a month to be on retainer for balance like review and suggestions," right? Like that's how I think you would do it. Is you get a top player that does not have a vested interest in like making their character better, like having a bias, right?
Yeah. But I feel like there'd just be then people would say because the argument against that would be like, oh, if you just pick like a couple people, they're opinionated, everything's like things are subjective, everyone has different opinions.
Of course.
I think it's just it's just a reality.
It's not going to be I mean, it's the same thing with people internal. The thing is, I think the stronger people are at the game, the better they can understand it, right? Like yes, I could be bad at the game and like still balance some things, right? Like if I can understand things well from a data analytical standpoint, right? Like I can look at matches, I see tournaments, I see who's winning, and I can balance based on that. But you're not going to understand like fully why they're winning tournaments, right?
Yeah.
Like you're not going to understand truly the implications of like if I make this change, how much does it actually weaken the character? And if I give them this compensation buff, does it actually make them stronger or weaker? That's where I think people fail. Because I think a lot of times dev teams are well intentioned and they use data to inform their decisions, but it's hard for them to like fully see the big picture of like how everything changes when you make a bunch of changes at once because like they don't have the same skill level that like a top player would. But even then, like it's still really hard for like a top player. Like you look at top players when they like a new patch comes out and they make a tier list and then you look back like a month later and that tier list is complete shit, right? So
yeah,
it's hard. It's just hard all around.
My initial thoughts would be like to avoid any issues of like potential people being biased or like just not enough people, just having like a bigger data set. Something interesting is in the Smash Ultimate community, there's an organization called Luminosity, and they do these like official official tier list. They've done like 2 now. And how they did it is they got like the top 200 or 250 player. Now it's easier for Smash because they have like a world ranking. We don't really have that in
Mm-hmm.
real fighting games, but to consult like all these people, and then they just take an average. So it's like literally a data tier list based on the top 200, 250 players in the world, just averaged out. And those have been historically really, really good. I think it'd be super interesting to see something like that in modern fighting games, like in our fighting games. Maybe that could help with balance.
Yeah, I think that'd be really interesting. I think from a balance, like obviously, like that's way too much work for Capcom to like.
Yeah, for sure.
Like how would you ever use that to inform balance decisions? I don't know,
Mhm.
but I do agree that like if you're trying to make the most accurate tier list, that's probably the best way, right? Because you need a variety of different opinions, and eventually, like the really shady takes will average out with the good takes, and like
Yeah.
you'll get somewhere close. I do think like that's the most accurate. And isn't there like a there's like this is like a well-studied way across like other fields to like get very accurate data too.
Yeah, it's just the bigger of a data set you have, generally, you're going to get the better
Yeah,
results. But like you
exactly.
said, fuck ton of work for the developers. Like, imagine if the
Yeah.
balance team is like, all right, now you got to get the top 200 players in the world and ask for their opinion. It's like, how do you even calculate the top 200 players?
Right.
Like, what?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, it's going to be biased. The players you pick, there's always
Mhm.
something. I think the
Yeah,
reality
there's gonna
is
be
like
bias. Yeah.
with modern day balancing, I think it'll never be perfect. Like if any game that like gets consistent balance changes, it's just there's always a new issue. Every time you fix an issue, you add a new issue. If it wasn't, they wouldn't keep doing patches, right? Like if you could
Mhm.
get the game in a spot where it doesn't need any more patches, you'd be good. Back in the day, it's so funny. 'Cause I'm making videos on like the old Tekken games right now. I'm working on a Tekken
Yeah.
5 one, and it's so interesting how people, myself included, are like, "What the fuck? Season 2 of Tekken 8 is garbage. It's so doomer." But you look at Tekken 5, and it's like this game had no patches, and it's 10 times worse balanced than
Ten
anything
times more broken. Yeah.
anything ever in Tekken 8, right? You have infinites, like characters just do 200 damage in a combo, infinites, 0 to death, just it's broken. It's literally broken. So I think to an extent we do have it a lot better today, but I think the problem is just like the way you adapt to things. Like it'd be nice if we could all just say, "Oh, well, back in these days we didn't even get patches. We should be grateful we have them today."
Mhm.
Things might be better than they used to be, but I don't know. It just doesn't. I wish we could just be happy with that.
The Zoomers don't know how good they have it. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Like it's the same thing with Hunter x Hunter.
Mhm.
That netcode was perfectly fine 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
standards have changed. Yeah.
standards have changed. I do think it is also an issue of like social media. Now
Mhm.
anyone can just give their opinion. Before, maybe if
Yeah.
like you went to like a local and you had that weird guy who would like complain in the corner, but now you open up Twitter and there's a million people just like shouting about everything. Every single character needs to be nerfed. Everything's dumb. Everything's broken. So it's kind of hard, but you don't really have a choice. Like you can't. It would be kind of interesting if like a modern fighting game developer just put out a fighting game today and just like kind of left it, but it'd be dead on arrival. I think like that. I feel like that'd just be suicide for your game.
Yeah. I think there's also like patches bring more interest to the game generally
For
on
sure.
average.
Yeah.
And then like if you never patch the game, like it'll get stagnant, right?
Mhm.
So
It's a perfect way to like you can pump new
Mhm.
content, make a ton of extra money on DLC because
exactly.
holy shit DLC. I think DLC is like out of control and no one talks about it. I don't know why now I'm having to pay like again it's Canadian currency, but like
Oh yeah.
$12
As an American, it feels perfectly fine, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
$12 for one character in Tekken, and it's like I think the stage was like 7. Even in what it's like I'm guessing it's like 6 US or like 7 or something. I remember back it used to be like $3 for a character.
Yeah.
It just keeps going up more and more. Okay.
I think one of the benefits of being a content creator, you get like gifted stuff. So I guess I haven't really noticed it that much. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I do agree that like it does seem like prices are going up a lot, and that sucks.
When do I start getting my gifted DLC? Okay, I've got nothing. I need
Oh,
it.
but you play Tekken. You're cooked, bro. I didn't get anything gifted for that game.
The developer
but
blocked me, Michael Murray, Rest in
Oh
peace.
yeah, you're cooked, bro.
All I said was don't. You blocked someone else
Yeah.
in the community. Then I'm like, hey, why'd you block this person? I got blocked for that.
I feel like other games besides Tekken have better relationships with their creator. That's the general
Jesus,
vibe I get.
dude. But I was like going through Street Fighter, and it's like, okay, how does the Street Fighter costumes are ridiculous? Like, what is going on? Like, $60 for the costume pack, and like the battle. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I didn't get gifted that. Yeah, I just don't buy it though, so it
I
doesn't bother me that much.
yeah, I don't. It's unreal. And now we're all doing the monetization. I do
Yeah.
think something that I've noted. I don't know if you noticed this, but I feel like a lot of people are kind of like justifying these like micro. Like I'm not saying microtransactions are fine. Whatever. It's like modern games. Everyone's doing it. But I keep hearing a lot of people being like, "Oh, they have to charge this much for a costume because that's how they make money. That's how they make a profit." I feel like people forgot like these aren't free to play games. This isn't like League of Legends where they make money off skins. Like when you buy the game, they're getting revenue. They're making a profit just from you
Yeah.
buying the game. It seems like everyone's forgotten that now. And I don't know. I keep seeing people like, oh, it's okay to charge like $40 for 4 DLC characters because that's how they need to make money. You know, Bandai Namco's got to eat. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
okay, dude.
Or they could just make a better product and get more people into the game, and you'll make more money that way.
There you
I
go.
do agree that like they do nickel and dime quite a bit, and I think that probably does fuck them. That it's good short term, but it's bad long term, right?
Yeah, I just think it's been normalized more and more, and
Yeah.
I wonder where it's gonna because every fighting game DLC characters get like just a little bit more expensive. Like they go up by like a couple
Yeah.
dollars. I think it's gonna keep going. I remember when it used
But,
to be like you
I'm
buy a character, you get like a character. In
yeah.
Smash, you get a character, a stage, like 40 music tracks, a ton of stuff for like $4, and we're going further away from that now.
Yeah. I mean, I think that really the model is like Marvel Rivals, right? You have every single character, and it's free to play. And if you want to
Dude.
spend money on cosmetics and shit, then more power to you. And they're obviously making quite a bit of money because they have a good product that doesn't gatekeep their consumers, right? And therefore they're able to get more people into the game. I think realistically that's that model fighting games eventually need to be, but yeah, I don't know. Right? They want to be greedy, whatever. Like they don't see the big vision, you know.
Dude, it's probably the case that it would be like an initial loss, like undoubtedly, if they did a big
Yeah.
fighting game. But like over time, like years and generations, you'd probably make
Yeah.
way more because you'd build up a way bigger consumer base. You'd make
Yeah.
way more in microtransactions. It's good publicity because anyone can just try the game. I always hear this. People like reference Nintendo. A lot of like big companies, like they're
Hmm.
more interested in making like a lot of money now than potentially more in the future, like
Yep.
slowly.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's the case.
Yeah, it's business 101, right? You
Yeah.
can short term profit is generally less risky than longer term gains,
Mm.
right?
Even if like
But you
potentially it
have
could
you have
grow.
a higher potential upside. So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I mean, it's a business decision people need to make, and the current model is focused more on short term, so they're going to focus more on short term. I think eventually, like Capcom and Capcom specifically, I think it's looking more towards long term, especially if the amount of money they're putting into like promotion, stuff like Sage Jam Slam and Crazy Raccoon, like all the support they're giving that and like the prize pools and that sort of thing. Like I can tell they obviously like care about the promotion, like the longevity of the game.
Hmm.
But like yeah, 10 years ago they didn't care about that shit.
Yeah. Do you see a world where like they actually just go free to play like in the future? Do you think that's like where we're gonna head, or are we gonna hold on?
Eventually, if fighting games are to succeed, I think so.
Hmm.
If all of the competition that's like 5 years ahead of us in game quality is doing it, then like it's obviously optimal, right?
Yeah, it's just, dude, it's
I just
such.
hope Riot doesn't fuck it up.
Yeah, it's such like an obvious like greedy dev. Like it's like, okay, there's two
Yeah.
models. You could buy a game and then you own the game, or you can give a game for free and then they buy microtransactions. And then some motherfucker at EA was like, what if we do both? What if we start not
Yep.
only releasing like a new Call of Duty every year,
Yeah.
$60 game plus microtransactions? It's like, you
Hmm.
can just do both. But yeah, I do think it's better overall. I think it'd be cool. Like, yeah, who knows? Maybe in like, let's be real, it won't happen in the next generation of fighting games. At least for like Street Fighter 7 is not going to be free to play. I'd be very surprised, but Maybe we'll move towards that eventually, or maybe they'll do like a separate one. Like, you ever heard of Tekken Revolution? They did like a free to play game at some points, like to be like in the middle of like their two like big games. Maybe they could like test that game is trash, but maybe they could test the waters or something. I don't know, but
have a free weekend or something. I know, like, I mean, the number one reason, like, all my YouTube comments for Hunter x Hunter are like, man, I want to play this game, but it costs too much, right? Like,
or like
why they make it 60? Yeah,
especially because for fighting games for casuals, a lot of people like buy it and then they drop off. Like, fighting games have like a really, really, really big drop off.
Yeah.
So it's kind of harder to invest that initial money, and then you're gonna play it for like a couple weeks and then you just stop. It's like, oh, I'm tired of it. It's too difficult. You run into a hurdle, right? Most people don't. If you're usually the case is like if you're still playing a fighting game after like 1.5 to 2 years, like you're pretty dedicated. Although some cases, like you said, Street Fighter 6 is still growing, which wish that was me. Hey, we got that in Tekken 7 at least. Tekken 7 was insane. Like, it just kept going up and up and up and up. We're paying for that now.
Wait, what's Steam charts Tekken 8? Do I even want to look?
At 5 p.m.
Oh, actually, wait. When did season 2 come out? Was it like March to April?
I think it was the very beginning of April, I think. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, there's like a huge fall off right as April starts. It like just half the player base. Kind of crazy.
We've been it's been falling off like ever since the game came out, just going down and down. I don't think it's doomed.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, I can see if they just get like some good DLC, maybe some cool crossover characters. I know 90% of Tekken like veterans just are like, no crossovers. It's like, okay, do you not want the series to grow? Like, this is how you grow your series, unfortunately. Like, look how well it worked with Tekken 7.
Yeah, I think you just need Japan to carry. I mean, that's really like, now I'm looking at the Steam charts. That's the big difference, is Japan's like carrying Street Fighter 6, but Japan, I don't think cares as much about Tekken.
I mean, it's the exact same for Tekken though. Like you said, like 8 a.m. Eastern time is the peak. Like, every day, it's like 6.9 is a 24-hour peak. It's the same. I think part of me wonders if it's like just like a North American thing in Tekken. I feel
I feel like
you're
right, but it's not nearly as drastic. It's like a 20-30% increase, where like Street Fighter, it's like a 3 times increase or something.
My theory for why that happens isn't because it's like way bigger in Japan, other places. I think it's just because North Americans were like the most whiny. Like, when you look at all the people who are who are boycotting the game, 90-something% of them are like, it's the North American audience, or people who are quitting. I feel like other people, Tekken's really big in Europe as well. Like, Tekken's really, really big in Europe. So most of those people are just like putting their head down and like, I'm gonna keep playing the game. So I think that's more of the issue for Tekken, but feels bad, man. I mean, 5,300 is it's not terrible, but it's just, when you've seen like the potential, like, I look at Street Fighter 6 and I'm like, I feel like Tekken could be there. Like, Tekken 8 has so much potential. It's just too many mistakes at this point. I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna be in limbo for a while, I think.
So what's the game plan for you going forward? 2XKO Hopium, Tekken Hopium, Marvel Tokon Waiting Room. What's your vibe right now?
I said in a recent video that I'm actually like, I'm done doing like Tekken 8 like content in terms of like the topical stuff. Like, I'm not interested in making any season 2 videos anymore. I really don't like it. I think for me, I really like the older videos. Like, I've been doing like videos going over the older Tekken games, like more stuff like that. And I'm trying to break into Street Fighter soon. That's like what I'm looking at next, because I've been playing that game a lot more than I just think it's a better game.
Nice.
I think
what's your MR?
My MR is like 1,700 right now. I've been.
You're kind of cracked. Okay, I see you.
I've been fighting for it. I was stuck at like 1,500 for so long.
Yeah.
I'm very new. I only started in January. This was my first ever.
Oh yeah, you're going fast then. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, you should definitely do a video or two, test the waters.
Yeah, I'm carried by Terry. That's all. Dude, he is so cool in that game, dude.
Yeah, he's
so
super good.
All right. Well, I think that is pretty much all the stuff I wanted to cover. Oh, actually, quickly, because people always want me to ask you this. How did you like get into fighting games in the first place? Like, where did that start?
Bro, it's so cliche. Evo Moment 37 by my roommate. I've always liked fighting games, but I didn't know people play competitively. right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like my parents bought me like Street Fighter Alpha or something like as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and I would like literally just play it against the CPU, or like I played against my sister, and like I same thing with like the old Mortal Kombat's. But I
Mm-hmm.
didn't realize like people actually like got good at these games, because I thought like same thing with Smash. Like I didn't realize there's a competitive Smash scene until like I went to college, and like I was like, wait, people actually like play against other people. I thought me and my cousin were like the only two people that like tried to be try hard at this game, you know?
Yeah.
And then like I found that out, and like through like Evo Moment 30, I'm like, holy shit. Like because my roommate was trying to get into like be kind of good, because there was like rank mode for Street Fighter 4 at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, you know what? Like I just want to fuck up my roommate. And like I started to learn just to get good. And then like my roommate didn't want to take it that serious after like I was probably like on his level. And I'm like, oh, let me see, like are there people around us that play? And there were. And then I started going to locals and that sort of thing.
Did you ever have the experience where like you played and then like you played your roommate and you thought you were good and then you went to a tournament and you just got smoked? That's what happened to me. Like I thought, oh yeah, I'm so good because I played online, and then I went to a tournament. I'm like, what the fuck? Like that was my.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie.
You just
I
started beating
actually was
everyone
kind of
immediately.
cracked.
That's you, yeah. Okay,
um,
okay.
yeah, my first ever brawl tournament. I actually thought I was better than I actually had low confidence, and I went to my brawl tournament at like is like our Smash local,
Mm-hmm.
and I won it. And like I remember like one of the guys that like got second or third. We're just playing casual. He's like, do you travel? I'm like, no. Why would I travel? He's like, you should travel. You're really good. I thought he was trolling me.
Yeah.
So I never traveled for the game. Like I thought he was like, bro, you're clearly like I beat you. Like you can't be that good. Like, but apparently he's like he's like one of the people that travel for Smash, and he was like quite good at the game. So yeah, it is more of I used to play these games like I used to like grind Smash, but like against CPUs and my cousin, and like turns out I was actually pretty decent at it. I wasn't amazing, but like I was at least like, I was probably like a 1500 MR player in Street Fighter, the equivalent of Smash.
Oh, I actually didn't even know you started in Smash. That's in Brawl. That's crazy.
In Brawl, yeah.
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 I started in Smash Ultimate. Like I competed in that
Oh,
game.
nice.
That's how I got into fighting games actually. So
Yeah.
who'd you play in Brawl? You play Meta Knight?
Game and Watch.
Oh my god.
That character's fun. So backer, spam the turtle,
Okay, so
spam the key.
you started with Brawl, and then where did you go from there? What was the next one you picked up?
And then there's people playing Street Fighter 4 at that Smash local. I was like, wait, we got people, and then I switched to Smash because like I know I switched to Street Fighter because I like the game more essentially. This is back in like Super Street Fighter, so I'm like
Right.
like 11 or 12er.
Huh.
So I've been playing for quite a bit.
Street Fighter, and then I'm guessing you started with like the anime games after that.
Yes, no, actually, so Street Fighter Ultimate Marvel as a Capcom head
Right. Yeah.
till Street Fighter 5, and then when Street Fighter 5 came out, I hated the game and I took a break from the FGC, and then when I came back, the newest game that came out was BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, and so I was like, fuck it, I'll get into anime.
And just
So that was like the first anime game I took seriously was BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle.
is that like the one you say like you competed in the most, or would that be like Guilty Gear Now, or like which one were you the most into? Like you spent the most time.
We
most
mean by
tournaments?
into like
Most tournaments, I'd say like.
most tournaments. Probably Grand Blue was
Okay.
like when I got my start. Like I enter tournaments every week. I won like way too many online tournaments and shit for that.
Mm-hmm.
But that was during COVID when I first started like taking serious like gaming and streaming and stuff. But now I just like I enter whatever.
when you got to that point where you were first taking games and streaming seriously, what was your priority, competing, or was your priority like the content stuff?
I was just doing it for fun, honestly.
Okay.
It was more of, how do I put this? Like I initially did it for fun because like there's a couple reasons.
Mhm.
The first was a fellow like Street Fighter player that I grew up playing with. They're really shy, and I was like, but they started YouTube, and their YouTube was actually doing really well. I was like, wait a minute, like I'm scared to do YouTube, but he overcame his fear and he did YouTube, and like why can't I do that, right? So that was first, like, because I just wanted to publish cool shit, right? And then the second was Granblue had like a really bad. There's like you know, it's like Tekken, right? Like how people just shit on Tekken.
Yeah.
People are shitting on Granblue, and I
Mhm.
really like the game. And I'm like, bro, I need to put my voice out there because I think this game's really good.
Sure.
And all the content creators that are just making content for the game were just shitting on it, and like that really had me sad. So it's like a combination of those two things. Like one to get me over the hump, and two like the motivation to like actually make content for it.
And you kept going from there. Like the content, I'm guessing, just like picked up.
Yeah, it's like didn't really pick up because like Granblue didn't really like have that many people.
Mhm.
But then like when Strive dropped, it started to like pick up a lot. And I was like, wait a second, like I could probably like I could probably grow this for 2XKO or Project L at the time because I thought
Sure.
Project L was gonna like blow up the FGC.
Huh. That's really, it's interesting that like you've kind of always been doing like both, because usually people are like, oh, I started as like a hardcore like traveling to all the tournaments and then I did content, or like the
Yeah.
other way around. But you've kind of just always done
Well, I
both.
definitely started competing. Like my first tournament was like in 2013 or something.
Okay,
So
yeah.
yeah, I just didn't do content till like 2020.
When you were like serious about fighting games, that's when you started like kind of doing both.
Yeah, I'd say I was like off and on serious. Like obviously like you know if I traveled to tournament, does that mean you're serious? I think so. So
Yeah.
it was more like I started to like lock in and be like, hey, this could be a potential career kind of stuff. Was like back when like Strive and stuff dropped. Like I hired the editor because like I saw the future of like uh you know being successful, right?
Okay, yeah. And this whole time you were competing content, and then you were also working full time until 2 days
Yep.
ago, right?
Yeah.
Dude,
Although I did do some part time work. So like the last few months I've been like I had to like part time arrangements so I can like travel as much, but it's still like you know 34 hours a week, so it's
dude,
still a lot. Yeah.
what was that? What was that like? Like, did you just treat everything like outside of work as just a hobby and you just like enjoyed it, so it wasn't difficult, or was it really difficult to manage doing all that?
Yes and no. I think if I didn't enjoy it, I would not be successful at all.
Hmm.
But it's still a lot of work because
Yeah.
like sometimes you have to like go home after your job and like publish YouTube and like you have to sometimes do things you don't want to do, right?
Hmm.
Like yes, I love streaming and I love grinding ranked and I love entering tournaments, but I don't love agonizing over what the title and thumbnail should be for
Yeah.
30 minutes, right?
Sure. Damn. So, okay, well, I mean, big change for you now then. I mean, everything that you've been all leading up to this, now you're focusing on those full time. What are your plans? You said you're consistently streaming, you said every weekday, right? That's what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah. Monday through Friday. Although, like, obviously, if I travel with tournament, I can't stream.
Hmm.
1 p. EST. So we'll see. That first day, that's tomorrow. Well, I guess in the past, you're not gonna obviously publish this today. But yeah, that'll be interesting. We'll see how that goes. I'm gonna do it for a few months. I'm worried that you know, like there's certain games like I can't play Hunter x Hunter or Fatal Fury at that time because there's less people on at that time because
Sure.
it's not like after work. So I don't know. We'll see how that works.
Hmm.
But really, like I want to focus on the process. So to me, that's like making sure I stream, making sure I publish, but also like making sure I just get really good at games. Like because I want to be one of the best of the world
Damn.
and like do very well at EWC and like the world tours and stuff. And so to me, that means I gotta put more time into like getting better at fighting games. And I think I have a plan, but I want to keep the cards close to my chest on how I'm gonna do that.
I mean, that's really cool. So it's like your main focus is like the competition aspect of it. Like you just want to
Yeah,
be the best.
because
But
I think if I if I become from a 0.1% player of fighting games to the best or one of the best, I think my content will naturally grow. And
mhm,
to me, that's the easier path than like just spamming YouTube videos
sure.
and like you know getting better in that aspect. I'm still gonna you know improve on YouTube and stuff, but I think it's a clear path and a path more aligned with like how I wanna do things.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I feel like it's perfect for you because already you're known as the guy who plays so many different fighting games. You're good at all of them, right? Like that's
Hmm.
like so. Yeah, just becoming the best. It fits in line with like your content style. I feel like some of the educational stuff as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I think you're gonna do great. like
I appreciate it, bro.
I think 2XKO like It'll probably do really, really well once it comes out, especially in, like, competing, plus the Fatal Fury
Yeah.
stuff, plus, like,
Hmm.
the Street Fighter videos you make, like, the scripted stuff especially is, like, so good. You can just keep doing those stuff. They're always gonna do really well. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, you're set up.
I think I'll be good, but yeah, it's more of like setting myself up for the future as opposed to now. If that
Sure.
makes sense.
I mean, I guess that is the one thing about fighting games is, like, there's always gonna be new stuff to cover. It's not like you're tied to, like, one game, like, from the 90s.
Yeah.
It doesn't change. Like, there's always a new game. There's always going to be a new hype. As long as the fighting game community is not going to go anywhere. Like, it's a very passionate community, most of them at least. We're still going to be here. We're growing. So, yeah, I feel like it's going to
We'll
get
see.
better.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, people thought that back in, what they called like 90s were the arcade era, right? And fighting games were at their peak, and then
Yeah.
the 2000s were like the dark ages, right? So it's like I can't the thing about like the future like in health and safety management and like climbing the corporate career ladder,
Mhm.
it's a lot more stable, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
This is very like I can't imagine where I'm going to be 5 years from now, right?
Mhm.
I could be doing very well. I could be not doing so well, right? Like, so to me, it's like I gotta work even harder and like just do everything I can in my power to try and make it a success.
Well, listen, I wish you the best of luck on that. I'm going to keep watching. You're a big inspiration for me. Like, seriously, thank
I
you so much
appreciate, it, bro.
for coming on
Hmm.
here. It was really cool to get to talk to you. I mean, I guess I'm sure everyone knows, but do you want to just tell people where they can find you for anyone who doesn't know?
Yeah, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, at Diaphone, and appreciate you having me on.
Yeah. Thanks for being here, dude.